The story of Noah's Ark is one of the most famous tales in the world. It tells of a great flood that covered the earth and a huge boat built to save Noah, his family, and two of every kind of animal. This story is very important in the Bible and other ancient texts. For many centuries, people have wondered if this amazing story is true. Did this giant ark really exist, and if it did, where did it come to rest after the waters of the great flood went down? This question has inspired many explorers and scientists to search for answers in faraway lands. This search is not just a simple treasure hunt. For many believers, finding the ark would be powerful proof of their faith. It would show that the ancient stories passed down through generations are based on a real event. For scientists and historians, the search is about understanding our past. Finding such an object would change our knowledge of ancient history and technology. It would connect us directly to a world that existed thousands of years ago. The possibility of finding the ark keeps the search alive, driving people to explore remote and difficult places. The main location for this search is a mountainous region in modern-day Turkey. Ancient texts, including the Bible, say the ark landed in the mountains of Ararat. This area is vast and rugged, making any search very challenging. Over the years, many people have claimed to see or find parts of the ark in this region. However, these claims often lacked strong evidence and were difficult to prove. The search requires more than just hope. It needs careful scientific work to separate fact from fiction and to understand what the mountains might be hiding. Today, the quest continues with new tools and new knowledge. Scientists are using modern technology to study interesting sites that could be connected to the ark. They are no longer just looking with their eyes. They are analyzing soil, studying satellite images, and using special tools to look under the ground. This scientific approach brings a new level of seriousness to the search. It allows us to examine the clues more closely than ever before. The old story of Noah is now being investigated with the exciting methods of the 21st century. Near the border of Turkey and Iran, there is a very interesting place called the Durupanar Formation. It is a large raised shape on the side of a hill. What makes this place so special is its size and form. From above, it looks remarkably like the bottom of a giant boat. Its length is very close to the measurements given for Noah's Ark in the Bible. This amazing similarity has made many people believe that this formation could be the actual remains of the ark, turned to stone or buried under layers of earth over thousands of years. The Durupanar Formation was first noticed many years ago from an airplane. Since then, it has attracted a lot of attention from researchers and explorers. It is located in the region of Mount Ararat, which matches the location described in ancient stories. The site is not a simple pile of rocks. It has a defined structure that seems unnatural for a simple hill. This has led to a long debate. Is it a unique geological formation created by nature, or is it the fossilized remains of a massive, man-made vessel from the distant past? To find answers, a team of scientists from Turkey and the United States began a serious investigation of the site. This project, which started a few years ago, is called the Mount Ararat and Noah's Ark Research Project. The team decided not to just look at the site from the surface. They wanted to understand what was inside the boat-shaped formation. They carefully collected many samples of soil and rock from different parts of the site. Their goal was to analyze these materials in a laboratory to uncover the secrets hidden within the earth. This careful scientific work is very important. In the past, many claims about Noah's Ark were made without good evidence. This new research is different because it uses modern scientific methods. By studying the composition of the soil and rocks, scientists can learn about the history of the site. They can find out if the materials are natural to the area or if they were brought there from somewhere else. The samples hold the potential to tell the true story of the Durupanar Formation, whether it is a natural wonder or a historical artifact. The recent scientific study of the Durupanar Formation has given us some exciting new clues. Researchers analyzed nearly 30 different samples of soil and rock taken from the site. Inside these samples, they found some very interesting things. They discovered clay-like materials and what appear to be marine materials, which are substances usually found in or near the sea. Finding sea-related materials high up in the mountains is unusual and suggests a connection to a massive water event. They also found signs of human activity in these layers. One of the most important parts of the research was finding out the age of these materials. Using scientific dating methods, the scientists determined that the samples were between 3,500 and 5,000 years old. This timeline is very significant. It matches the time period when the Great Flood described in the Bible and other ancient stories is believed to have happened. This alignment in age between the materials at the site and the historical timeline of the flood story makes the Darupanar Formation an even more compelling place for researchers who believe it could be the Ark. At the same time, another amazing clue has come from a very old object in the British Museum. This object is a 3,000-year-old Babylonian clay tablet called the Imago Mundi, which is the world's oldest known map. Experts have recently deciphered writing on the back of this tablet. They believe this text is a secret key or a guide for travelers. It describes a journey and gives directions. This ancient guide points travelers to a place called Urartu, which is the ancient name for the Ararat region in Turkey. The tablet says that Urartu is the landing place of a great ark built by a man to survive a flood. This story is the Babylonian version of the Noah story, and the man's name is Utnapishtim. The text even suggests that someone following the directions could see the remains of the giant boat. This clay tablet provides a written link from the ancient world that points directly to the same mountainous region where the Darupanar Formation is located. It connects the physical site with the ancient stories in a powerful way. These recent discoveries have created a lot of excitement. For people who believe the Darupanar Formation is Noah's Ark, the new findings are very strong evidence. They point to the age of the samples, which fits the biblical timeline perfectly. They also highlight the presence of marine materials and signs of human activity, which supports the idea of a giant boat resting there after a flood. The deciphered Babylonian map acts as another layer of proof, a written confirmation from an ancient culture that an ark landed in that exact region. For believers, these clues are coming together to tell a single, consistent story. However, not everyone is convinced by this evidence. Many scientists and geologists remain skeptical. They argue that the Darupanar Formation is simply a natural geological feature. They suggest that its boat-like shape was created over a long time by natural processes like landslides and erosion, not by a man-made structure. These skeptics say that the materials found could have natural explanations, and that conclusive proof like worked wood or metal fasteners has not yet been found. For them, the evidence is still too weak to make such an extraordinary claim. The debate between belief and skepticism shows that more work is needed. The research team plans to continue their investigation at the Darupanar site. Their next steps will be to gather even more data. They hope to use technology that can scan deep beneath the ground without digging. This could create a three-dimensional image of what lies under the surface. If there is a structure that looks like a boat buried there, these scans might be able to reveal its shape and size. This would be a huge step forward in understanding what the formation truly is. The ultimate goal for the researchers is to find definitive proof one way or the other. They hope to eventually conduct a careful excavation to uncover what is hidden inside the formation. If they find ancient wood, metal parts, or other clear evidence of a massive ship, it would be one of the greatest archaeological discoveries in history. Whether the Darupanar Formation turns out to be Noah's Ark or a fascinating natural wonder, the ongoing search continues to teach us about our planet's history and the enduring power of ancient stories.